Doc. I'm coming to get you.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last? I lied.
Get off my plane.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
John, I'm not gonna shoot you between the eyes. Shoot you between the balls.
The disease. And I'm the cure.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent.
There can be only one.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Yippee-ki-yay. I'm going to kill them all, sir.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Give Me Back My Action Movies, the podcast. I am one of your hosts, Charlie. With me, as always, is Nate. Say hello to the people, Nate.
Charlie,
Don't you?
we've been recording and recording
Okay.
and recording. I keep waking up early, so I have to record. This whole movie is about a race against time. This morning, I was racing against time to finish the movie before we even started recording.
Yeah.
I need a vacation.
Yeah, but I think that's actually what started our schedule getting jacked in the first place, was everyone was
Vacations.
taking time. Oh, no, we need to move our record date. Well, can we do it here? Oh, we got an interview we got to do here. Yeah.
Oh, I got COVID. We got double up here.
Oh, yeah, it's not just one of us that has jacked the schedule.
It's been every single party involved has
Yep.
jacked up the schedule.
Yep. The whole time. The whole time, man.
This
But
was supposed to be an easy side gig. You watch a movie, you record on a Thursday, and then sometimes it goes, looks like we got to record 2 episodes in one day, so you better find time to watch 2 movies.
yeah, and this was you added one because we had an interview. So you've watched like 3 movies for the upcoming episodes. I've been like trying to get through all of the final season of Stranger Things before it got completely, some stuff got spoiled, but it's like the internet doesn't care if the
No.
episode came out or the series.
Spoiled.
It's instant. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys. It's like I wanted to watch it with my wife and my little girl. They enjoyed it. And it took us a week to watch 9 episodes. So get off my back,
It's
man.
fair, especially when the last 2 episodes
Right.
are like 4.5 hours or something
Oh,
like that.
yeah. I did not go to bed last night till way late. My kids staying up way later than they should have just to finish the stuff. So we're not going to spoil it. We're not going to talk about
We're
it.
not going to spoil it,
No.
but it's really weird now being a metalhead that has his own like vest and plays D&D, and now there's this character that everyone worships, Eddie, who does the same exact stuff, and I'm not like, oh man, I get bullied for these kind of things as a kid, like teenager, but it just feels weird. I'm still feeling very strange about it.
Well, now's your time, Nate.
And
That's
that's
what
the
it
other
is.
thing. It's like, oh, now it's my time. But also, I always get in my own head. And like, I wore my vest yesterday while out and about. And it's just like, oh man, I don't want someone thinking I'm doing this just because of Stranger Things.
Right. Yeah. Now,
You
now
know?
they're going to think you're a poser. I did
Like,
read.
I have a Dio patch on my vest, like.
I did read something and I kind of laughed about it. I guess there was a tweet or something somebody put out was, we're sorry, Metallica, for all the fake fans you're about to get because of the show. And Metallica responded going, people are finding out about us. And if they like the song that plays, maybe they're going to like other ones we do.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
well,
yeah, that's the kind of logic you should
That's
have.
been the other strange thing. Like some of the like idiot metalheads like gatekeeping Metallica. I'm like,
That's
but
what
why?
it is.
Like literally everyone knows Metallica. Like, and if you don't know Metallica, you have heard something off the Black Album. It's only like the biggest album of all times. They could retire right now and still live off the royalties of how many that damn album sells every single week. It's insane.
They are the biggest metal band in the world.
Yeah,
That's
like,
all there is to it.
They earned
period.
it. It's on them. Like
100%.
people can say what they
Sta-
want about Metallica, but
I was gonna say
It's
later
whatever.
Metallica. We get it. They get older. The older I get, the more I understand. Like that would be a hard life to live as I got older. Hell, I
Yeah.
can't keep up with the simple life I live as I get older.
I just like right now I'm in that weird spot of being a metalhead. It's like, oh, this is gonna become like the thing that everyone's gonna be hopped onto, and like I usually don't gatekeep. I'm like, nah, I'll recommend you stuff all day. Like I'm stoked
Right.
for you.
Yeah. People like bitch about them wearing the shirts and not knowing the bands. Guess what? I'm gonna tell them who the band is if they don't know, and be like, "Oh, you may like this. You might like this.
Yeah,
You should, if you like
I'm
that, you should check
notorious
out this
for
one."
not knowing the songs of albums. I my whole
Dude,
wardrobe's
I
nothing
don't
but
keep
band
up
tees.
like that. I
Well,
just
like the
know.
hard thing growing up, and like remember, you ride the bus, you had like your CD player, your Walkman, right?
Yeah.
You don't have the CD with like the case with you. I usually
No.
didn't. So it's not like you get to know what the names of these songs are until you got home and looked at the back of it. That's high school too.
Yeah,
Then
there was
you
only
get
a
older
few that had
and
them
you have like a
printed.
car with a CD player. You don't have the CD case with you once again. You just pop the CD in the CD player. And the old cars just never listed the title tracks, the artists, and all that like they do with the new
No.
cars. So, it's one of those also when I'm driving, I'm not paying attention to that.
No, I
Like, I'll admit
know
that
it.
every day of the week. I hate that whole, name 3 songs from that band. I'm like, dude, like, I can name almost all the albums every
Yeah,
time. And if I can't
that
name the album, I can tell you what's on it.
exactly. So
I probably follow over 1,000 artists on Spotify. You expect me to keep track of every single damn song of every single damn band? Like, come on, man. I vastly listen to more music than most. So
this is true. This is true. So okay,
yeah,
all right. Well, I don't know how we got all the way there.
you finally got caught up on Stranger Things, and I had to vent.
Yeah, yeah. So we finally vented a little bit. I still have a crap ton to catch up on other shows. I
You gotta
might
finish
be,
The Boys.
I might binge watch that over the next couple days and get it done. I have seen the first episode, so I already know what I'm in for. So, um, but anyway, our movie today, as everyone can see, we are doing what I consider an underrated gem from a fantastic director, John Woo. We're doing Broken Arrow, Nate.
So somebody decided to make a poll and had the option of yes to Broken Arrow or yes because Nate has to watch another Travolta movie. And I don't know, something about those polls, they didn't
There
seem
was two
right.
options. One, they could vote for one or the other. That's what a poll
Yeah,
is
there's
by
something about the
definition.
results at the end of the day. I was like, this just isn't adding up right. I can't quite put my finger on what it was.
The winner is what we ended up doing.
It just felt like voting in real life of the lesser of the two evils is what you're voting for.
Hey, we don't get political here on this channel.
I'm screwed either way, though, is what I'm saying.
It was a legitimate poll. It was verified. I even ran it by our poll master Seth, and he saw no problem
with it. Notary
with it.
For it, like a seal.
I did.
Okay. Well,
that was
well,
Cameron.
the good news is at 6:50 this morning, I started up Broken Arrow for the first time since probably 1998, if I had to guess. I remember seeing this as a kid. I was kind of shocked to see that this came out in 96. I thought this one was the follow-up to Face Off. I didn't realize this was the previous one. It didn't click with me as a kid, but I don't think I understood the storyline.
Yeah, I guess it would be. It's complicated-ish.
It's more of like not understanding the stakes, or like, okay, like why is he bad? That's the big thing. Like not understanding why is Travolta bad. But I always had that memory of this being a lesser John Woo movie.
I'm sure everyone is waiting after our From Paris with Love debacle we had. The last time I introduced a John Travolta film, although this one's got Christian Slater in it.
That doesn't really do anything for me either, because I do not really care for Christian Slater as an actor.
What?
I like him as a voice actor better.
Robin Hood.
No. Yeah. Just
Will Scarlet. Hard Rain.
Interview with a Vampire. Just something about
True
his
Romance.
face, the way he just kind of presents himself. Not a fan of it.
I love me some Christian Slater.
This movie ended up being better than I expected.
Well, that's good.
Not quite great, but better than expected.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't think you're going to be fully disappointed in me. I got a lot of good stuff.
After our last horror episode, I was was a little worried because I was like,
Oh,
I'm pretty
I
sure.
enjoyed this more than the previous horror movie.
Oh, so you enjoyed this more than Slug? Because everyone would have heard Slugs by now. I know
Oh, has everyone already heard Slugs at this point?
marathon recording. We're trying to remember which order these
I
come
don't
out.
remember what comes out what.
Yeah, but no.
I just remember this getting played a lot on, like, was it TNT probably back then?
Oh,
USA?
USA, I think, is the one that played this one the
Yeah.
most.
Like, this one always being played, even when it would be getting played on, you had nothing else to watch, like, not really gravitating towards this. And it's a bit of a different John Woo movie because, yes, there's gunplay in it, but it's not
It's
John Woo crazy gunplay.
so all right. Let's hold right there, and let's get the trailer played real quick.
You know me, I always just want to instantly get going.
No, I know that.
Boom,
I know
right
that.
there at 11.
But I you know me. We've been on our soapbox about metal, and we've teased a little bit about the movie. But before we jump right into that, let's go ahead and hit our trailer, and then hit our synopsis. You ready?
Boom. Yes.
They are America's first line of defense. Best of friends.
Ready, Captain? Nap of the Earth. Here we go.
Fierce competitors.
Very nicely done. Almost as good as me.
Ready to protect our nation against any threat.
Carrying the nukes. You love having the power of God at your fingertips.
Not tonight, buddy.
But what if the enemy is one of them?
What the hell are you doing?
We got pilots down.
We got ourselves a broken arrow.
A broken what? It's what we call it when we lose a nuclear weapon. I don't know what's scarier, losing nuclear weapons, or that it happens so often there's actually a term for it.
The only thing more dangerous than what he knows
They believe they've got an exposed core. They gotta send in a nuclear emergency search team. By the time they find us, we'll be gone.
is what he's prepared to do.
$250 million by 0900 Utah time. If you have not... Good God. I don't know what the big deal is. I really don't.
But there's one thing
Smile, boys. We're about to retire.
he didn't count on.
I know his mind works. You gotta let me go after him.
Outstanding, Hal. That's the spirit. Would you mind not shooting at the thermonuclear weapons?
And what are we doing?
If you enter the wrong code 3 times, the nuke goes dead.
Unless, of course, I already thought of that ahead of time. You just activated a nuclear warhead, my friend. The clock is ticking. Care for a Coke or something?
John Travolta,
You lose.
Christian Slater,
You're out of your mind.
Ain't it cool?
Broken Arrow. A John Woo film.
A John Woo film.
John Woo is such a cool name.
It is, man. It really is.
Oh man, that was really the selling point in the '90s for his movies when they hit stateside.
Yeah, no, it really was. And this, I mean, after the success of, say, like Hard Target, it just made sense to put John Woo into some of these type of movies.
And even this one was technically a success. I mean, its budget was $50 million, made $70 million in the U.S., and then worldwide it made $150. So
this there was a big deal for this. I remember the ads playing for this movie. I remember the big push because this was also John Travolta's renaissance. He was bankable again because of Pulp
this
Fiction.
was right after Pulp
Yeah.
Fiction, yeah,
So,
where everyone wanted him again after kind of avoiding him for so long.
well, when you do a movie about talking babies, they feel like
Hey man, you make Bruce Willis be a talking baby, and I'm all in.
I have no problem with the Look Who's Talking movies. Honestly, I think they're dumb
Yeah.
fun. But I mean, as far as other people they were like, yeah, he's peaked and now he's on the downslope. And Tarantino,
Hell, he had 3 movies come out in '96 alone. This, Phenomenon, and Michael.
and I like Phenomenon a lot. And I kind of remember Michael. I remember that I didn't hate it, but I think I've only
I
ever seen it
vaguely remember
once.
both of them. I remember we ran them from like the local video
Oh yeah,
store.
those
That's
were
probably the only time
rentals.
I seen
I
them.
never owned them.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
well, speaking of rentals, I think it's time we do our back of the VHS synopsis. What do you think?
Oh yes, let's do
All
it.
right, let me cue my music. Two military pilots engage in a no-holds-barred battle against time and each other in a race to recover two stolen nuclear warheads. When a B 3 stealth bomber crashes in the Utah desert during a top secret test run, the military quickly moves in to retrieve its two broken arrows. But the situation spins wildly out of control after one of the pilots reveals the crash to be part of an incredible nuclear extortion plot. A supersonic hit from renowned action director John Woo, Broken Arrow is a breathless, non-stop joyride. Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, it's definitely fast paced. Like,
Dude,
I don't remember this movie all taking place in a single night
yeah, I mean
slash
that
day. You know, a
yeah,
24-hour
yeah,
period.
it's basically like 24 hours. I think that was my biggest draw to this as a kid. We'll get to why I picked this movie in a few, but I remember when this movie came out, I remember all the promotion because I mean they ran this commercial all the time. And when it started doing good in the theaters, they ran it even more. I didn't go see this in theater, but this was definitely like our rental place would get them on like Friday nights, the new releases. I was
Yeah.
there waiting for Broken Arrow. Dad and I, it was one of those we kept seeing the trailer on other movies, and it's like, we got to watch that. It's got a jet, it's got, action. Done. We're in. And I've always enjoyed the hell out of this movie because I forgot it was this long of a movie, which is how fast paced this movie is. It's just under 2 hours long. It's
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a brisk hour and 30 minutes or something
That's
like
what I
that.
remember. Now I'm sure that's counting like credits and shit like that in the runtime. So
Yeah.
it's in that little window. It's kind of like our show. It's within that little window of is it too long or is it too short? But I always just remember how fast paced this movie is. It never slows down whatsoever. And I always enjoyed that since I can't say kid. Hell, I was a teenager when this came out.
Oh, to me, it's one of those like Hard Boil is still like top John Woo,
Oh
followed by
yeah.
Face Off. Like I think those two are still the best. Um, this one, although the thing is, it made me want to revisit Mission Impossible 2 now because I
Mhm.
don't really remember Mission Impossible 2 at all. I remember we had rented it. I remember some crazy motorcycle stunts. That's about it.
Well, and Metallica did a song specifically for uh Mission Impossible 2.
Was it for that
I
one? I
dis
remember
I
it was either
disappear.
that one or it was Limp Bizkit. I remember
No,
they
it
did it as
was
well.
I disappear for Mission Impossible 2. They made a huge deal
Wow,
about that sequel. That
wow,
was another one, and I mean that
wow. I just
was
remember that song.
yeah. It This movie though, watching it, so all right, I'll say why I picked this. Got
Yeah, why did you pick it?
I got a buddy. His name's John Marks. He's in a lot of the other action groups. I've actually sat in with him on Cameron's show, Jacked Up Review podcast, and he like changed his cover picture to Broken Arrow. He like shared a poster of it, and I was just like, "Ah, damn, I remember that movie." And I was like, "Damn, was the last time I've watched Broken Arrow? I don't own Broken Arrow. What the hell?" So I realized I like hadn't watched it in like 20 plus years, and I immediately went and bought the DVD. And I bought it without the intention of Nate and I covering it. I was just like, I just want it. I want to watch it. And I watched it with Anthony, is another action dad thing while we were in Ohio. And I'm like, we gotta cover this. This is like, to me, this was like a July movie, summer blockbuster.
As I was watching it this morning, that was like this is definitely like there's something about the way that its cinematography is. You could tell like how this would have looked on the big screen, how it would have played.
Yes.
Like it was like this is meant for that summer blockbuster, especially these 90s. Like you get this one, Armageddon, The Rock. Like
Yeah.
you just remember these big set pieces.
Yeah.
And that's what this one was as well.
And I don't remember if this came out in the summer or when it came out, but it just has the feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it definitely does.
It was so like I said, I got this wild hair and I really, really wanted to watch it. And man, I'm glad I did because
I
I knew I liked this movie a lot. And watching it again and watching it with Anthony, I was like, I love this movie. And now knowing what I know about John Woo for later films, I'm like, all the pieces are sitting there. And say what you want about John Travolta, this is like perfect Travolta to me.
see, this is where I gotta disagree because I still just he just overacts so much. It just drives me nuts.
I don't
Your villain is in a turtleneck and a brown jacket.
Yeah, but this is like the first real time he's been a villain. Like
I
I
think
don't count
so.
Pulp Fiction because
I wouldn't count Carrie either, but like
no, I don't
this
know.
is like full on like he's
They
the bad
He
guy.
was supposed to play the other role, the Christian Slater role, and then there was
Hale.
Hale, but he read both scripts and he's like, I really want to play the Deacon role. And they were like, oh, okay, sure. I mean, the man's on the up and coming, so he was bankable. So it's kind of like we need your name attached if this is going to go anywhere. And God, I think it works, man. I couldn't imagine John Travolta as Hale now with a different villain.
I still just like it's my problem. Like for like both main actors, who's Christian Slater and John Travolta, I'm like I would just maybe if I would have had two different people in these roles, I would have.
I don't.
This would be something I would go back to
Who
more.
would you have put in though in the 90s?
That's the thing. I don't know.
That's really it because I will not allow we'll throw Nick Cage in there because I don't care. I think John Travolta and Nick Cage were actually cloned and certain things were taken out because have you seen pictures of Nick Cage lately? He looks like
Yeah,
John Travolta. You know what I mean?
he looks like John Travolta and Marilyn Manson had a baby.
Exactly. So it's like somewhere their genes were spliced, which made perfect sense for Face Off. But I'm also watching this movie and I just like how John Travolta made Deacon his character. From the way he smokes his cigarette, which is just damn it, it's cool. You know what I mean? Smoking's not cool, kids. Don't
It made
smoke.
you want to light up a
It
smoke and be all
did.
cool.
I want to hold my cigarette like he did. He had some flair to it. The other dude's bitching the whole time about him smoking, and he would blow smoke in his face. And I'm like, damn it, this is cool. And I'm a Christian Slater fan, man. I've watched 90% of his movies since he was a lot younger. And it was just so normally I put fun stuff in the commercial, but I've been doing Nature Quest of our hints in the commercials.
Yeah, so this feels like the hints are now being like they're no longer hints.
Right, I know. So that's on you if whether we change it or not. But I had found a 1980 commercial of Christian Slater and Peter Billings from Christmas Story selling Star Wars toys on a commercial. Little kids. And it's just this,
Damn.
and I wanted to put it in there so bad, but I was like, Nate wants me to do this teaser thing.
Nah, it would have been really good for the space month.
Yeah, but we didn't have Christian Slater in anything, so it was kind of like
That's true.
I could have put any Star Wars in that one, but anyway, I've always known who Christian Slater is. He kind of like fell off the face of the earth. It feels like in the 2000s, and then he's done like the
most recent thing. He was a voice actor for a cartoon called Inside Job on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's the creator of Gravity Falls. He didn't write it, but I think he like produced the show. Like he's not fully involved with it. That's kind of what drew me to it. It was about the government and all their cryptids and lizard people. It's just like a Rick and Morty type cartoon. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Like
so nothing great.
It's one of those like some of these adult cartoons don't understand just because you say the F word, it doesn't make it automatically.
We've
fun.
had that conversation. Yeah, we've talked about this, and
that's kind of what this movie that show.
Yeah, I 100%.
That's the last
agree,
thing I remember Christian Slater like being in. Other than that, I couldn't tell you what actual movie he's been in forever without going to IMDb.
Yeah, I'd have.
Scrolling down to probably like 2008 and be like, okay, he was in that. You know what? It was probably Alone in the Dark.
I was gonna say he was in Alone in, which is a terrible movie. A video.
Well, it's You Bow movie. You Bull,
You Bowl,
whatever the hell his name is.
and
Yeah, don't give that man money.
And it was a video game, and it was like, no, don't ever do that again. But I don't know. This movie just struck me, and so before we jump more into who was in it, we've talked about John Woo, and we talked about John Woo quite a bit when we did our Hard Target. The other name I want to bring up that's involved with this and has a pretty good pedigree of movies under his belt is Graham Yost, who is the writer of this movie. And I kept going, man, there's just something about how this movie feels. Like I was getting Speed vibes. I was getting a lot of the bad guy and the good guy are friends, then they're enemies,
They're toying with each other,
but they have
cat and mouse.
almost like a mutual respect even as the movie goes. And I was like, what is going on? So Graham Yost wrote Speed, then he wrote Broken Arrow. I'm not going to hold this against him, but I have to say it. He wrote Speed 2. I was like, damn it. He could have just
Cruise Control.
just walked away from that one. He did Hard Rain, which is another Christian Slater movie, and I think Morgan Freeman, if I'm not mistaken, on that one.
I don't think I've ever seen that one. I remember the ads for it. That was one of those like always wanted to see.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, we never ran it. It was like that one. There was one with Keanu Reeves around the same time. Chain Reaction was another one. And I feel like there was one other one. It's like those kind of movies all blended together in my head. But we never rented them. The Val Kilmer one.
The Val Kilmer one. Those are like they all, I guarantee they probably all came out right around the same time. I'm with you though. There was always these like, they didn't like feel like action movies. They were more like thriller kind of action movies. So he also did Mission to Mars, which we've talked about once or twice on here, which we may end up covering that one day. I don't know. But here's the big one. And here's the one where I went, that's it. That's why this feels like it feels. He wrote Justified with Timothy Oliphant and Walter Goggins. And I went, son of a bitch. That
one of the best shows in television history.
Nate and I both love that show. It is our group chat. We are huge Justified fans.
Mark watches it like every 3 months. He just like, just finished Justified again.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone loves it as much as he does.
Mark is the Justified super fan. I'm a Timothy Oliphant super fan because I'll watch just about anything he's in, like since The Hitman, the Die Hard, Live Free Die Hard, where he's the villain in that. I know he was in the Transformers movies, and Walter Goggins, if that name's on it, I don't even care what he's doing. I'll watch a Lifetime movie that's got Walter Goggins in it. I don't give a shit.
That dude is incredible.
So actually, I would watch Broken Arrow if you put Timothy Oliphant and Walter Goggins in the stealth bomber, and then let them go at it again. That's how I would watch.
Actually, let's do Jet Li's The One, where Timothy Oliphant just plays both Travolta and Slater's character. They were twins, and then they end up getting one of them got upset and turned into the bad guy. I'd watch that.
Yeah, I could do that. That's fine.
Nate's
like anything to not do another John Travolta movie, and I hate to tell you, I've got a list. So,
what else could he even be in that we could cover?
Travolta?
No, I will say I was a little excited to revisit this because it's been so long since seeing it.
Yeah.
Not having a fond memory of it as a kid. Because, like, an action movie, when you're a kid, typically those are the ones you're like, oh, I want to rewatch it again because loud guns, explosions,
high rewatchability.
It has everything. Yeah, exactly. And, like, this one didn't compared to Con Air or Face Off,
let me make something perfectly clear. You're 100% right about that. Okay? When you're comparing it to those.
As a kid, that's what I would have gravitated towards. This being John Woo, not seen it forever. It's like, all right, definitely, because I know if it's Woo, Hard Target really surprised me at how well it aged for being like the blueprint of what you would expect out of an action movie.
Yeah.
That's what I talked about on that episode I was like, holy shit, this was actually a lot of fun. I kind of expected this to be a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything works, but there's a lot here that does work. I kind of got the same vibe from this. And then there was a piece of trivia I'd read where they said 60,000 rounds of ammunition was used in
Yes,
this movie.
you got that too.
And I went, okay.
That's a lot.
I don't remember there being that much gunplay in Broken Arrow. Maybe I'm not remembering this movie quite right.
Yeah.
And then upon rewatching, I'm like, okay, a lot of those rounds are from helicopters.
That they,
To be fair,
they destroyed 4 legit helicopters in this movie.
so they went for the turkey in helicopter explosions.
Yeah.
And I was so happy with that. And that's where I really enjoyed this movie, was all of the effects. Like, whether me not really caring for Travolta and Slater, I throw that out the window when it comes to all of the effects. They're fantastic in this movie. They are so much fun.
It's like almost 100% practical. Hell, even Christian Slater did almost all of his own stunts. I think the only one he really didn't do was the swinging into the boxcar at the end.
Gotcha.
But
like, you could tell where they're real airplanes. You can tell where they've like the stealth bomber. Like when that blows up, it's a model, but it's a really great model explosion.
Yeah.
One of the helicopters, when it hits the ground, it definitely looked like maybe it was a model, and so did the train at the very end. But like the way that they filmed it and the amount of fire, I guess, that they use, like, for all of them, it just works so well.
No, they're
that helicopter that explodes and the propellers nearly like hit her.
Dude.
Awesome.
Dude. Like, I like where we're going here, because there is one shot in this movie that I'm watching it again last night going, holy shit, I never paid attention to how well John Woo did this. And it involves I'm going to say my third favorite character in this movie. I cherish this man a lot, and I wish he'd have got to do more. Mr. Howie Long. I love Howie Long in this movie, dude.
It blew my mind how long Howie Long survives in this movie.
They kill him off earlier, but the Fox execs went, that dude's got something there. So they extended his role to the end. I'm like, that is it. That's why you look at Howie Long and you're like, yep, that dude's got something. And he only got to do like a handful of movies. The main one I remember was he was in like Firestorm or something, where he's like a fire, like one of the, not just a normal firefighter, but like a wildfire or something like that. I can't.
Oh, like where they're on the helicopters and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's somewhere. I haven't watched that movie probably till after I watched Broken Arrow in the 90s. But I was like, God, where's Howie Long, man? He was like the new Brian Bosworth, Stone Cold and all that stuff from the 80s.
Well, he's got like the face for it. He's just not a good actor.
I enjoyed him in this one. I really did, man. Like, he doesn't need to talk a whole lot. Like when he gets ready to shoot at the helicopter that has the drop on him, and Travolta's like, he just kind of has like this disappointed look, like, aw.
I do like when he was like, could you please stop firing at the thermonuclear weapons? I'm like, damn it, Howie Long, why you gotta keep shooting at nukes, man?
But talking about him, this shot I wanted to talk about is at the end. And we're not synopsizing this movie. It's thermonuclear. 2 pilots are doing a test run with a stealth bomber, and they're wanting to make sure that the radiation from the bombs doesn't mess with the tracking on the plane or how they track on radar. But it was all a setup by John Travolta, who steals the bombs. He drops them unarmed, inadvertently ends up crashing the jet, all this other stuff. And now it's this race against the clock because there's these buyers that want the bombs. They're going to hold the United States hostage to buy them back. And Christian Slater and a park ranger, Samantha Mathis.
She was Princess Peach
in Super Mario Brothers movie.
In Super Mario
Yes,
Brothers.
sir. That's what I got wrote down too. I got that. I also just found out that her and Christian Slater used to date. before this
Oh.
movie. So it was
Oh.
super awkward to now be romantically they did that good though. It was kind of like the Speed where Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves have that chemistry as it goes.
Yeah.
That
Same.
that's where I kept going. Why does this feel like Speed all of a sudden? And I was like, that's Graham Yost. So anyway, we get to this end segment of Christian Slater is finally caught up to John Travolta and Howie Long. They have the bomb on a train to transport it. And Christian Slater like swings in off of a cable. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. And kicks Howie Long out of the boxcar through the other side. The camera stays on Howie Long the whole time. And then it does like 3 different angles of the fall. And one of them is a straight on shot of dude. If it wasn't Howie Long, he looked like Howie Long right over the river. Then another shot, because they're going over the train trestle bridge, of it from the ground, and he's falling, and you're like, the camera never leaves him till you finally get that just
You
off
hear the
the
thud.
thud. You don't
But
see the
also,
thud.
when he gets kicked out, you get a Wilhelm scream.
It's the Howie
slowed
swing.
down and deepen.
It's now called the Howie scream.
Oh, is that what it is?
They've reused that, and it's just like the Wilhelm, but they call it now the Howie scream, and it's been used in other movies.
See, I fear they just edited it down and like slowed it
Nope.
and everything, because I was like, that's definitely very similar.
If Howie Long didn't get anything, he got a Howie scream now. That's a legit
The funny thing is too, when looking up, I was like, man, what else has Howie Long been in? He was in a movie I've not seen in a long time, 3,000 Miles to Graceland, the Elvis bank robbing movie.
Oh, who the heck was
with Kurt Russell and Kevin Costner?
That's what it is.
Like, I am very interested in revisiting that one. We may have to cover that.
I'm not against it. I remember liking it, but
I remember it not being Reindeer Games.
Anything's better than Reindeer Games.
What? Reindeer Games was awesome.
Stop it. Stop it. Not even Ben Affleck like Reindeer Games. They literally make fun of each other.
Reindeer Games.
What was it? Him and Matt Damon on one of the Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
Yeah.
At least I didn't do
Reindeer Games.
At least I didn't do Reindeer Games. Yeah. That's messed up, man. All right. Well, I say we let's see here. Let's go ahead and hit a commercial break, and then we'll just we'll jump into the highlights of the movie, man. What we liked, what we didn't like. So here we go. We'll be back.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Just how drunk are we gonna get?
Welcome to Good Beer, Bad Movie Night, where each month we drink finely crafted brews while watching terrible films in order to see just how drunk you have to get to enjoy them. So tune in and join Troy.
Kilroy Kreitz.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Dave.
I have the weirdest boner.
And Pete. IPAs are ales, meaning they are bottom fermented. Excuse me, they are top fermented. I that up. Try that again. As we drag Kathleen, kicking and screaming through an alcohol-fueled podcast dedicated to movies of questionable quality and the frosty adult beverages that help make them tolerable. Good Beer, Bad Movie Night. Clearly, it's the beer's fault.
Rutger Hauer is Nick Parker.
The blind Zorro.
A gentleman.
Nice doggy.
In a violent world.
This is easy.
And what seems impossible to us, he can do with his eyes closed.
I also do circumcision.
Blind Fury, rated R.
Welcome to 100 Horrors, a comedy podcast that seeks to rank the best 100 horror films of all time, as dictated to us by a poster that one of us owns.
Every week, we bicker over another film in an attempt to give it an overall scare factor and secure its place in the 100 Horrors list.
With features such as
But at least I won't die like that. And
What would you say to them at the funeral?
We take a light-hearted approach to horror cinema so that it can be enjoyed by even the most squeamish of listeners.
So whether you're the person who's never seen a horror film in their life or the person who has a tattoo of Leatherface on the right arse cheek, there's something to be enjoyed in every episode of 100 Horrors.
We now return to the Transformers.
Well, Nate, I don't think we can call those like hints. They're more like teaser trailers to the next movies we're going to be doing.
It's literally the teaser trailer.
This was your idea, man. It was your
the TV spot.
Yeah.
It gives people more time to do their homework and watch it along with
If
us.
you're look, we listen to a lot of podcasts that tell you the whole month of what they're doing. I mean, it's not like it's a surprise. You know, I don't know.
It's been for the better since we changed it to where we tell you.
It has. I think my biggest fear of doing that was, oh shit, we can't watch it now, and now I have to change everything, and everyone's expecting this. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
that hasn't. I don't know if we've ever actually had to change on the fly in a very long time for a movie.
Now, here's the problem: is I have not announced what the next horror movie was on all the social media, so
you did
supposed to do that. I
oh,
didn't.
You didn't. Well, now that it's recorded, you can.
Yes, now I'd be like, oh yeah, we did slugs.
Or you have done, because now we're a week past that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is weird when we do back-to-back recordings. It's like
I'm confused as to what day it is and what time.
I am. There's one more person in this movie I want to talk about, and did you recognize him? He had starred in a movie.
Was it the Colonel that is from Malcolm in the Middle?
Well, there's
with the hook for the hand.
There's the Colonel from Malcolm in the Middle. There's also the military official that would put a nuclear warhead up your ass. One Mr. Red Foreman.
Exactly.
But there's one more kind of a side character who felt very much like the John Cusack from Con Air, but didn't get near as many cool scenes as the John Cusack from Con Air.
Oh yes, Giles,
not God.
Giles.
Do you know who that is?
Not a clue.
He's been in a movie with John Travolta before.
Has he?
Say what again?
Say what again? Oh, are you
That's
really?
Kenny from Pulp Fiction. The big Kahuna Burger scene.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
I'll be damned.
That is Giles. That's Kenny, man. I was like, that's awesome. I love Kenny getting some love in this movie. Say what? But no, and again, yeah, we got Red Foreman. There's a ton of cast in here that's just like, you know, it works. Most of them are throwaway characters because a lot die. It's not.
There are a lot that die.
I mean, this is an average body count when we get to it. But
Bob Gunton is in it, who plays Pritchard, and that's the dude that seems like you just have to call when you need a bad guy. You just call him.
He does great, but he almost got like too annoying in this movie to me. It's like,
oh, he was pretty annoying in this movie,
and I know that's that.
I
was
feel
the
like
joke.
he was supposed to be the boss.
He's the money man. He's the money man.
Yeah, and just like they do nothing with him the whole time.
No,
he complains the entire time about the plan going not.
But
correctly.
every time he would complain, Travolta had a response, a good one of like, "This is what's going to happen. See, I told you." Eventually, you're like, "Okay, this dude's got it." But he just would not shut up the entire movie. I don't blame Travolta for smashing his throat with a flashlight.
Yeah,
you know,
some really gross bruising.
That was, even though I'll give him this, the look of the hit didn't give me the impact I wanted. It looked like it touched his throat.
No, like it looked like it almost hit him in the chest.
Yeah, but
like a hey, knock it off kind of thing.
So there's one thing,
not a death blow.
There's one thing I liked about this that I can see where some people would complain about it. When you stop and think about it, I think John Woo made the right choice. And he highlights that in this movie was Travolta and Christian Slater are Air Force pilots. Okay. They have never done hand-to-hand military combat fighting other than we get the boxing scene, which I saw someone saying, well, they would never allow boxing. Your pilots aren't allowed to do that because you could get head concussions and you'd have to go through a whole new like workup of whether you're okay to fly. And I'm like, it's fine. We needed it for the movie. So
Yeah, like that's just there for the
shut up.
movie, the show. They're always one
Yeah.
step ahead of one another.
But what I liked was that they kept referencing like Christian Slater shot down like that helicopter pilot with a gun. And he's like, whew, well, that was new. Like he's never done anything like that before.
Well, like, I personally, I suck with shooting with a revolver compared to a semi-auto pistol.
Well, yeah.
Just, I don't know. Not good with
Yeah.
it. That shot that he makes in this movie is incredible.
But he doesn't just
the distance, the angle, the way he hits the pilot. I'm like, that's a damn good shot. That's just pure luck
but that
there.
he shoots it like 4 times though too. So it wasn't like it was one shot and he killed the guy. He took like 4 shots. So, you know, he's zeroing in on where he should be shooting at. And then Travolta kills Gunton and he goes, you know, I've never actually killed anyone before. I've dropped bombs on Baghdad, but I've never
Yeah.
personally done it. So I was like, okay, I like that they address that. So the other point I want to bring out is our final fight between Travolta and Slater because they were boxers. And Christian Slater makes this joke early on in the movie that he goes, I prefer Bruce Lee movies. Their fight is what I expect two people that kind of know what they're doing, but they're not good at it. The kicks Christian Slater throws, the wild.
They're not Van Damme
no.
kicks.
And I'm sitting.
They're not even that of like a kickboxer. It's
Not
someone
even
that's
close.
maybe they're not comfortable, but if they have to lift their leg, they can.
That's it. That was a lot of it. And I'm sitting there going, I could see where some people are like, wow, this fight sucks. And I'm like, no, we're watching two dudes brawl and the dude's just throwing whatever he can. Like, I mean, it gets kind of
Honestly,
wild during that fight.
My only complaint is Travolta has a really stupid line where he's pushing Christian Slater's head up against a piece of wood. He's like, this is what it feels like when your skull is pushing against your brain. And I was like, shut up.
Yeah, but he sets that up at the beginning, though. He's always he's getting in his head, but he is just always talking to him like, you know, you're capable of doing this. Do it. Come on. Show me you can do it. And it's that whole thing of do you ever know what it feels like to be knocked out? Now it's your brain pushing up against your skull. Yeah, I get it, man. I'm not going to sit here and defend that Travolta wasn't overacting or just going way too hard, but I loved it, man.
It was just one of those, like, that could have been happening and you didn't even need a line. You
yeah.
know?
Also,
that was one of those
yeah,
things.
And it's...
But, like...
Go ahead.
Everything that before that fight, because if we're talking about the train scene, we might as well just talk about now.
We talk about whatever you want, man. We're good. Yeah.
The shootout that happens, that's close quarters between the shotgun and the pistol with those two. I do not remember that at all as a kid.
Right.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah. Dude.
Like you're seeing just destructive background pieces, you know, blowing up and like crates and skids and everything else just getting shot, and like it's all very, very close and tight.
That's a John Woo thing, man. I feel like he has got that close quarter fighting where he can put a ton of action in a small space. Now it's like Hard Target was in a warehouse, but the way he shot it, everything felt like it was
when Van Damme and Arlo are on their 1-to-1, they're a wall apart from one another, going back and forth. And this, it's not even a wall; it's crates.
We get
separating the
we
two.
actually get that, but it's in the cave when they're trying to set off the one bomb. Travolta and Slater are back to back up against a cave wall.
Yeah,
that's that
and
shot.
Like, that whole Minecraft or not Minecraft.
Damn, you've been playing games with my kids on Xbox again.
I just keep digging holes when I play it.
Just seeing how far down I can go.
How far down I can go. Then I go, I need a ladder.
I gotta get out now.
But like the mine shaft sequence, you get some dual wielding.
Yeah.
Like you do get a lot of gunplay, like probably the most gunplay a mine shaft has ever seen. 'Cause you get
Probably.
it all the time in video games.
Yeah.
But in movies, I feel like that never happens.
No, and again, close quarter fighting, man. You hold everything tight, and there's corners and angles down the different shafts and everything. It was well done. I mean, even the guy.
It was, especially with the way that you have like inclines, so they're able to like dive while shooting guns and then like tumble down.
That's a
little
John
bit.
Woo thing, man. He's like, all right, now where can
Yeah.
I have someone dive whilst
The only thing was,
firing two guns at the
we
same
didn't
time?
have doves, we had butterflies.
We had butterflies, and I swear, I think the dove replacement in this movie was that $20 bill at the end of the movie that it flutters away. I was like, that
Yeah.
has to be the dove reference, I think. This.
I was just happy Christian Slater finally earned some money.
I like the joke of when Travolta gave him the $20 or whatever. He goes, no, or at the beginning when he tries to give Travolta the 20, he goes, no, it's yours. He goes, no, I don't want to take your money. He goes, no, it's yours. I took it out of your wallet earlier. It's literally your $20. I was like, I like that. I like that little. You feel like there is a bit of a competition with them, but they're friends. That makes the portrayal on the jet, on the bomber, even more kind of like, damn, that would sting, man. That would suck, And the coldest line in the movie was, I really thought about bringing you on. And he goes, I wasn't worried about you saying no, because I would have just killed you. I was worried you were going to say yes. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. That was cold.
Like, I don't even want you to be a part of
Right?
this operation, regardless.
He's like, even if
the
you
other.
wanted to be here, you're just not there, and I don't.
No,
I was like, God,
it cracked me up when they get into the fight on the stealth bomber. When like Travolta finally turns evil.
you ever do?
Just
you
like
ever fought in a
"No,
chair?
I'm evil. It's just it reminded me of two brothers slap
Yes,
fighting each other
that's
because they're locked in. They're in the seatbelt, so they're the two kids in the back seat.
Yeah.
That are now. Hitting one another.
That's how it felt. It did. It did.
Dad's in the front seat going, I can't wait until we get home.
Or he's got his arm behind him,
Yeah, he's doing the
swinging
arm
at you.
behind him.
There might as well have been another
Telling you,
arm in that one.
knock it off. Yeah.
No, I it's silly, but it was awesome. The fights are the highlight of this movie. It really is. The story, like I said earlier, the story is what the story is. They're holding the United States hostage with nuclear weapons. We haven't really talked much about Samantha Mathis.
She's the park ranger that just happened to be at the wrong place at
right.
the wrong time.
She is literally the Sandra Bullock character in this movie from Speed. She's
great in this movie. I loved her.
Oh, I like her in this movie, but I just I couldn't get past I felt like I've seen this before, and it's because I had,
It just cracked me up when this whole movie, they're in the vast desert, right? Yet they're always oddly so close to one another.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't want to be that close to people.
Like they're always that close in the desert. And then there's a moment where she has to play hide and seek.
Mm-hmm.
And she does what you do as a kid, where if you ran out of time and you couldn't find a good hiding spot, so you hide underneath the blankets on top of the bed, try to make it look like. Yeah, so she did that with a target.
And it worked.
On a boat.
She literally rode the boat all the way to the train. Yeah, I know what I said, everybody. They're along the river. They're getting a nuclear warhead on a boat, and she hides under a tarp till they get to where they need to go to get on the train, and then she sneaks onto the train. I mean, she's got what was her stealth roll on that, Mr. D&D?
Oh, definitely a 20.
That was a natural 20.
That was a nat 20.
Yeah, there's no modifiers for that. She got nat 20 stealth.
But the train is the best part of the movie, in my opinion. Like everything that when you get to that point, you have helicopters with shootouts, you've got the shootouts on top of the train carts.
A
Like,
helicopter that blows up
everything
on
works.
the helicopter because there's one hidden, and he disconnects
Yeah,
the fuel
like, which
line.
is a very tiny
Well, they're
helicopter, I
small
thought.
ones. They're small ones.
Yeah.
I mean, you got your small attack
But you
ones.
get a really great explosion of that. You see one dude just fly off the train, and because the train's moving, just the way that he like goes, like there's some really great stunt work in this
Dude,
movie.
I mean, it's a John Woo thing, man. And I mean,
Yeah,
he
like-
loves that fly someone backwards. You remember in Face Off where Nick Cage gets flown back from the jet engine at the beginning of the movie? You know,
Yeah.
he does, like, the guy gets blown back. Someone gets knocked off their feet by a hammer getting thrown at their head. That dude
Can we-
flies
ugh.
like 8 feet in the air.
That stupid idiot, like he just shows up, and then our Samantha tries to take him out.
I was a Navy SEAL. I'm not
Well,
some
he's like,
nerd.
my name is Max.
Yeah.
I'm like, we don't care. Why are you introducing yourself? Do you think you're the main bad guy of this movie? Like, he's like, you probably thought I was just a scientist, but no, my name is Max. Let me give you my entire resume really quick. Oh, you just hit me in the head with a hammer.
She flat pops him in the head with a hammer, and he flies backward. That's not how physics works, John Woo, but I'm okay with it.
It does when your name is Max and you think that you're the guy that needs to introduce himself in a fight that's never been done in any movie ever. Also, I had this movie brought up two things I never realized I had to question.
Oh, God. What's that?
On top of villains introducing himself. Is a Volvo really the safety, like the world's safest vehicle?
I think it held that designation for a long time.
Did it
I really think
because
that it did.
Travolta's whole plan is to buy stock in Volvo, live off the dividends.
Yeah.
It's a very Dr. Evil
It's
plan.
very
I will
Dr.
give you your
Evil.
nukes back, America, for $1 million.
1 million Volvo shares. No.
Yes.
I really do think I think that was a big thing in the 90s. I think it held the distinction of the safest car made.
Well, here's the other
Yeah.
thing. Have you ever met a Volvo owner?
Yes.
Okay, I have not. Now please, if you have had a wonderful experience with a Volvo, email us. Tell us about that experience.
GMBMAM@pod.com. I've never driven a
All Volvo
Volvo,
owners.
but I've known people that have owned Volvos, and from my understanding, they're a fairly reliable, safe vehicle. I mean, they're
I'll be
They're
damned.
German, I think, if I'm correct.
Yeah, like I just remember them always being like really big.
No, Volvos
Like,
weren't
you
very,
know,
they
like
were
a
they were
boat.
kind of like midsize. They had Volvo wagons, sedans, nothing that was like huge. We're not talking Yugo, which were the tiny ones
Yeah.
that blew up if you drove them wrong. But they also weren't they weren't the land yachts. You know, Volvo was a economical, I guess would be the right way to say, vehicle at the time. So
But then this movie also made me question another thing about vehicles.
okay.
Can you really buy nukes from Russia for the cost of a BMW? Because there's problems there.
I think it would depend on the size. I'm sure nukes come in. Well, they even say, "Are we carrying the 68s?" And he goes, "No, the big boys, the 88, the 87s, or something like that." I'm like, "Well, there's all kinds of different sizes of nukes we're carrying now."
Yeah, there's a lot when it comes to the nukes. But like the fact that one of the colonels mentions, well, no, if they just wanted nukes, they could buy them for the cost of a BMW from the Russians. I'm like, no wonder Russia's economy sucks. They're not charging
That's
enough
right.
for their nukes.
I think it would have cost a lot more to make that nuke than for a BMW.
Yeah. Then,
Unless they stole it from someone, then you don't have to worry about
this
the
is
overhead.
case, maybe Russia just really wants BMWs, and that's why they're so upset.
It could that very well could be. I mean, but I love the comments. The actual government make two really funny comments in that. That's one of them where they're like, if you wanted a nuke,
Oh.
but then the other one's like, tell the truth. How'd you get your job here, son? And I was like, damn, like right in front of everyone.
Yeah, the fact that he's like, you know what, we should let them know that we've lost these and the plane went down. And
Yeah.
tell the truth, because if not, some fanboys of the aviation club are gonna know, and they're gonna leak it for us.
Yeah, and then we're
They're like,
gonna
no, like this
be
is the
known that we're
government. We
lying.
don't tell the truth around here.
How'd you get this job? I was like, God, that was awesome, man. Great delivery also from Red Foreman on that one as well.
Oh yeah. What do you mean you lost a nuke, Eric? I'm gonna stick my foot so far up your ass till you find that nuke.
And Giles has one of
Dumbass.
the better retorts to all this going, I don't know what's scarier, that you lost nuclear warheads or that we have a term because it's happened so many times. And I'm like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like we've lost enough that now we have to go, okay, that's a broken arrow.
So yeah, I always got a chuckle whenever he called them out on like having a term for the broken arrow. You know, it's like you've lost enough of these that there's a term that everyone now knows. You know,
Yeah, but we always get them back because we offer them a BMW in return.
you know, you got a good
We
point.
found out that usually works.
That's how we know the BMW.
If Travolta would
things.
have just wanted a BMW, but he was a Volvo guy,
Yeah,
that was the problem.
that's what it was, man. That's what it was. So yeah, I mean, we get an. I guess we'll just go ahead and talk about one of my next favorite things, which is basically the end of the movie, is the final boxing match between Travolta and Slater. And I know I brought up that I love how they fight, but they're not professional fighters. But it makes sense because they're pilots. You know, they're not supposed to be trained that way. And the final kill is such a John Woo kill, man.
It really is. And like, it's funny. Like, I want to say a couple days ago, someone in the Facebook group had shared just the GIF of the final kill.
Yeah.
And it was always like, oh, yeah, that is how that movie ends.
Yeah.
I was a little upset it was spoiled for me, even though I've already seen the movie. But it was that refresher of like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You get an incredible Travolta dummy.
Yeah. And they separate the train cars, but they don't stop from each other. So they are still going at each other. And Christian Slater has to jump from the train as he's disarmed. Like he waits a second. He could have hit that button the second he put that remote control in his hand to disarm the bomb. But you can't do that. He has to now jump out the door, roll, and extend his arm out back towards it and hit the cancel button. The second he does that, the trains collide and the warhead that has a pointed front flies through the air out of the crate directly into John Travolta's chest. And
He just stares it down.
Oh yeah, he does the whole stare. This is almost as cool as the Lance Hendrickson undoing the grenade in his pants and going, ha!
Yeah.
Uh-oh. And then explodes. But the nuke doesn't explode or anything because he hit the cancel button and it's laying out in the rubble, but there is no sign of John Travolta anywhere.
And the funny thing is, the movie earlier, it does clarify that, like, oh, these bombs, the way they're built nowadays, like, they can take an impact and they're not going to explode.
They can sit in jet fuel on fire for 5 hours. Yeah.
And, yeah, like,
I
don't know. When I watched that train
up.
explosion, I was like, I just feel like that nuke would go off.
Just something.
I feel like a wire would touch another one, or there'd be, like, they worry about a core leaking throughout the movie. Like, I'm just like, I feel like that would make the core leak. Like, no matter what, we've already had, before this happened, one nuke go off, but they had it in the mine shaft.
It was underground.
Which that was another great practical effect because they'd made like a sinkhole / crater, and that had to have been a model. That part had to have been.
Are you talking about with the Humvee, or are you talking about the bomb?
So the bomb where you see it actually at the mine shaft above.
There were
now,
2 effects.
The Humvee one, I don't know how they pulled
I don't
it off.
either.
They do, imagine like a wave in the ocean as it's rippling through the ground, and you see the entire ground rippling up and moving the Humvees. And like when I was watching it, I was like, I don't know how they did that.
Because
I don't know how you pulled it off. That looks so cool though.
Because the Humvee doesn't look like a model. Like when you look at things that have models, the one thing they can't fake is the weight of something, especially a model. That Humvee doesn't move like a model. It's like you feel like that thing weighs 3,000, 4,000 pounds, however much, probably way more for a Humvee. But the ground is like rippling towards it and goes under it. And John Travolta's just like, yeah, that was awesome. You know?
He's riding the wave.
Yeah. But no, the effects in this movie are top notch. For 1996, these things are top notch.
Even when like you could tell that it's a model, like they do a really good job with it. The only reason you could tell is that we're so used to modern
Yes.
technology where they either A, you blow up the real thing, or you just rely so much on CGI, and
Yeah.
CGI's gotten to that point of being so good
Right.
that like you could blow up a model, but it's gonna be so much touched up with CGI that you're not gonna be able to tell a difference.
Exactly. You know,
It's kind of like the first Tim Burton Batman movie where the Batmobile gets wrecked, and you can tell clear as day that that is a fake Gotham City.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, you're 100% right about that one. I mean, really. I mean, even like the cave scenes, like some of that had to be sets because the ground falls out underneath them for a little bit. So,
Yeah.
but I also believe they were also in a cave on location. This is also a location movie. Like I think 95% of this movie was shot in that desert on location, you know, and it works, man. And like you said, man, this is like 24 hours. This much stuff happens in the span of a day. You know, it's like from night to the next evening, and that's what's
And
happening.
I think
in
that's
this.
one of the other things I kind of liked about it was Christian Slater gets, knocked out. He gets ejected from the plane. The plane crashes. Now he's in the middle of the desert. She pulls up on him. She has one gun. Like,
Yeah.
for most of the movie, he is at a disadvantage.
Oh, completely.
Like, you're in the middle of nowhere. Your vehicle has been blown up. You only have a revolver with 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Like, you're just, the odds are stacked against you throughout this entire movie. Like, the Air Force doesn't even come to get him until like the last 20 minutes. That's how we get to the train.
Right, because they do the leaking core bit, so it stops any kind of rescue attempt or, even to just recover the wreckage, which was part of Travolta's plan. And
Yeah,
I'm like, and
they have to
again,
be a whole safety matter.
yeah, I love how they were thinking ahead of that. I'm like, that makes everything he does as far as his plan makes sense to me in this movie. It's like,
No, it does, especially for how much of it gets thrown out the window instantly. Like,
oh yeah,
Hale was supposed to die.
yeah, but
the fact that he didn't, and he was always just there one step ahead of one another at all times, both of them.
Right. But I love the fact that he just figured he was dead. But even when he found out he was alive, he still considered him a non-threat. He was still like, I ain't worried about him.
Like he's not that good at what he does. So
No.
Don't worry. I box with him. I've trained with him. He's my friend. I realize that my friend kind of sucks.
That's,
so I'll be
that's
all right.
it. That's it. He was.
But he has such a big ego.
This was that big, just underestimating your opponent, which is goes against what Travolta was preaching the whole movie about, the fighting and the boxing and everything like that. Always see where the punch is coming from. Watch my shoulders. It was like one giant metaphor the entire movie. But it was entertaining. This movie is they're not lying when they say it's action packed, it's nonstop. At the time when I watched it, I consider this still a pretty thrilling movie from the first few times I watched it. It was fun. So I'm still a huge fan of Broken Arrow. And to know what John Woo does later, I'm just like, this is just in his repertoire, and I can see.
He's supposed to be returning to action as well.
Please.
Yeah. He's got one down the pipeline that's going to be coming with the dude that played RoboCop in the RoboCop remake, Joel Egerton. Not Egerton.
No, that's shoot.
He was in an amazing show called The Killing that was on.
He was
AMC.
also in Altered Carbon, which was another awesome show on Netflix.
I need to watch that. The Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I got to watch season 2.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched it. I think Anthony Mackie took over for it. I know
Joel Kinnaman.
Joel Kinnaman from Suicide Squad. He was Flag.
Was he Rick Flag?
Rick Flag. So
yep.
All right,
Dude's
man.
awesome. Him and John Woo. I'm excited.
Oh, I think it'd be a great match. I'm a fan of his. I just can't remember his name. You know, I'm that whole same thing. I like something. I'm just not gonna look up what everyone's exact name are or anything like that. So, all right, man. Well, that's Broken Arrow, pretty much. I mean, it's a great nonstop action movie, and that's good. It's a popcorn flick, honestly. Just
Yeah, like I said, I think this is a summer blockbuster.
summer
movie, through
blockbuster.
and through.
Just turn it on, enjoy the ride, and when it's over, go, yeah, that was good. I liked it. So, all right, man. Well, let's do the things. Let's hit a body
Let's
count.
do them. Let's get into them.
Yeah.
Leave anything for us?
Just bodies.
Body count. Body count. Body count. Body count.
You know, I almost kind of felt like the number should have been higher than what I looked up. But the more I thought about it, going, they're in the desert. It's just like one group of guys.
I mean, really, you've got the group of
the mercenaries,
good guys that are on the ground, that are wanting to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And then you've got Travolta's people,
Yes.
which is also just a handful because he's working with a small crew.
So with that in mind, it actually makes this number seem higher, but it's 29. 29 people die in this movie.
That's higher than what I thought it
Yeah,
would be, honestly.
knee-jerk reaction, it sounded low till I thought back on it going, that's actually high. It's like all the mercs die, all of the initial government guys when they first go after the bomb die. They crash the helicopter with the one guy that
That's
brought
true. So many helicopters
get blown up. And you know, there was the team that took over the train. They're now added to the team that had already died, except for Travolta and Howie Long. I mean, really, they're the only two left from the original team. So I mean, it adds up fast, I think. And the two people that died right at the beginning, and he shot that one dude into the campfire. And then when he gets yelled at going, get that out of there. We're going to be smelling that all night. I was like, damn. So our body count this week is 29. So I'm going to say that's solid body count. So
it's not. That's higher than what I was thinking.
There you
so
go.
no, I'm right there with you.
Go.
Very solid.
All right. Well, that just means now we get to pick our favorite one in our kill of the week.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yeah, but they were all bad.
Nate, what's your kill of the week this week?
So I deliberately didn't even mention it the whole
If you
time while we've been recording.
You're going to say the one I'm going to say, because I purposely didn't talk about it either. Let's see.
There is a moment where there is a helicopter directly above a train.
Yes!
And
Yes!
the propeller, they bring it down, and
Yes!
it hits a dude in the chest. You see the blood fly, and him get knocked back, and it was so awesome. Just he's a mindless thug. He's a nobody that gets hit by this helicopter. Best kill ever.
Let's give these guys a haircut is exactly what the guy says as they lower the helicopter at these two. And the one guy ducks and doesn't tell his buddy, and he gets sliced by a helicopter propeller. Yes. Same kill of the week.
It's another one of those where I was like, I don't even know how you pulled this off, because like you see the blade moving pretty fast.
Yeah.
You see it actually make contact into the chest. You have the blood ready to go because it's going not everywhere, but like it's like a decent amount of blood for the 90s.
Gory.
For what
It is pretty gory, yeah.
And you have that stuntman being flung back. Like,
so the way I looked at it was when I saw the scene, yeah, you had the helicopter coming in, but the shot of him getting hit, my guess is it's they have just a propeller by itself that is they're controlling, that they can get it shot right, and he gets hit, and then the next shot is from behind him when he flies off, so that you can get the look of the helicopter on the other side of the train car and the stuntman falling backwards. So the way, and again, it's a John Woo way of doing it. He can look at how things need to be like blocked out and shot, that it works and it sells it so well. But I love it. And then it just makes me like love the whole John Woo thing again, where he comes up with these weird ways to use the environment, is when Samantha they're being held at gunpoint on the train beside the little helicopter, and the guy holds the gun out, and she smacks the rotor blade, and it knocks the gun out of the guy's hand on the
That
other
was just a
side.
good, yeah.
I was like, I like that. That was cool. So awesome. We have another matching kill of the week, Nate.
It's a damn good kill.
I purposely didn't reference that so I could bring it up in this. I mean, I really did. I was like, yeah, this was good. I thought maybe Max, but I was like, nah, we can't give Max that kind of.
Nah, like Max may just be disabled as well.
Well, he would have blown up in the train.
No, he would have blown up in the train. But no, he's Max, damn it. I survived.
Max.
Don't you know anything about me? My name's Max. I lived through train explosions.
And hammers to the head.
Hammers to the head. I'll be back for Broken Arrow 2. You'll see.
You know, the fact that we never saw Travolta's body in the wreckage, I was half like, they could do a sequel. I'd be there.
Travolta and Max wanting their revenge.
I'd be there for the sequel of this.
It'd be like Hard Target 2, though, where like it's a direct-to-video. Nothing's related to anything.
That movie doesn't exist.
A nuke doesn't even get stolen in it for some reason. It's still called
love
Broken
Scott.
Arrow.
I love Scott Adkins, but that movie doesn't exist. I'm pretty sure that's who's in it. I can't remember. But no, you got John Travolta survived. Max somehow rolled out of the train car before it exploded. And then after all the credits are run on this movie, we see Howie reach his hand up out of the river. Yes! Broken Arrow 2.
All three of them somehow survive. Max is wearing like a Phantom of the Opera type mask that covers where the big boo-boo is on his head from where the hammer hit him.
Travolta has to wear like an armored girdle, which I'm pretty sure he wears now. But anyway.
He's actually in like the wheelchair from Wild Wild West that Good Beer Bad Movie Night just covered.
They put John Travolta's brain in Howie Long's body. So it's not, it's body off. It's the mix of Broken Arrow and Face Off.
I'm going to put my body inside of his. No, that's not what it means. That's not what it means.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's a totally different movie. All right, man, let's rate this bad boy. All right, Nate. You revisited this. You can't rate it like you did Slugs last week.
Nope, I can't. To me, this is a 5.5.
That's
it would be higher if
it wasn't Travolta.
Had two different leads. Yeah, like really,
You
like
son
you
of a
would give me
bitch.
2 different leads. I probably would have enjoyed this more. I'm glad I revisited. I am. Like
I know.
I was kind of dreading it. But
It's John Woo, man. There was
John
no
Woo.
way I knew you were going to hate
a bad
this.
John Woo movie is still a good John Woo movie, like a good movie.
But it's not,
kind of.
It's not bad.
I mean, it's all the stunt works, it's all the practical effects, all the explosions. Like there's so much of that works. And this isn't like a John Woo movie like Paycheck, where the studio is kind of like, well, he's not making the returns like he used to.
Yeah.
And it's cut the budget more and more. And
No,
I don't know.
No,
it's like Kevin Smith said, it's a fitting name for that movie.
Yeah. I enjoy the hell out of this movie, but there's things I can't defend on this. It's like, yeah, it ain't the greatest. It's not John Woo's best. It's really not even John Travolta and Christian Slater's best, but everything works. I love the effects in this movie. It is a nonstop action movie, which high praise for that already.
It's a different kind of action movie because like when you think John Woo, you are thinking nonstop gun battles the whole time.
I mean, this is,
and the fact that this one doesn't really do it, and like when it does, that is a lower body count compared to other John Woo movies. You know?
Yeah, no. Although I don't know, I don't think Hard Target was this high. I think Hard Target was actually still less.
I thought that was still in the 50s.
I don't know. I don't think it got into the 50s.
Someone go back and re-listen to that episode for us, and then let us know what our body count was. You can email that number to us
at gmbmampod@gmail.com. But
That's right. I'm not gonna go back and listen to my own episode that I've already listened to once before.
I
I'll never progress as a human being.
I'll admit when I tried to start a notebook at the beginning of the year, and I don't know where that book ended up, but no, I think my Allianz score is going to be a 7. I think 7 suits it for.
That means you think it's a good movie. I think it's right there in the
You're an
average.
average. I give it higher marks because it is. I do love John Travolta in this. I know
You've got like more that nostalgia love with it too compared to me.
Yeah, I got it at the right
I went in
time.
thinking like, oh boy, this is going to be like a 3. Like,
Nah,
I'm not going to enjoy this.
I honestly, I mean, it would have to be a movie you absolutely either have never seen, and I know it's kind of out there for you to get an action movie that's a 3. It's like I'm not going to purposely pick bad movies unless it's a gimmick we're doing for the show and we're both prepared.
Yeah, and we usually don't. We try not to do gimmicks. It's just sometimes like we fall into, oh, well, that happened.
Yeah. Although space was our gimmick, and I had a blast in space, and we did.
No, space was a gimmick, but that was fun.
I figured this was a nice little bring us back down. So we go from space to a stealth bomber. Now we're back on Earth. So it went space.
This is true.
Stealth
yeah.
bomber train. Now we have landed, and we are good to go.
The feet are on the ground.
That's right.
Again.
We are on terra firma now. So, do you have? Did anyone have anything bad to say about this movie, Nate?
They did, but this was funny. This was like one of the harder ones to find because there was so many where it was a 1-sentence review.
Okay.
Like there was a lot more of that. Like I did a lot of digging. I was like, okay. So I got a 1-sentence review where it's going to get done and out of the way.
I like it.
Because I had to at least pick one.
Oh, I'm fine with
And then I
this.
got another
Okay.
one.
Well, I'm going to give you your drop now.
Please do.
I'm the trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over the ring, and then I start eating garbage. And then I pick up the trash can and I smash the guy on the head.
Oh, that's going to be a disaster.
All right, Nate.
A disaster, you say?
Ah.
Much like Dustin did back in 2012, where he gave this half a star out of 5.
Ouch.
He says, and I quote,
yeah,
"Ain't it cool?" John Travolta asked in this film. No, not really.
That was his one sentence.
That was his one sentence.
I didn't bring this up, but since that was Dustin's thing, the Ain't It Cool website that does a lot of articles and reviews and stuff. This movie is where they got that. The name of their website was.
Are you serious?
This is where Ain't It Cool got started.
Would have never guessed that one. Ain't It Cool News.
And Travolta says a
All
lot
right.
of Pulp Fiction lines in this movie too. I say,
Yeah.
goddamn.
He even steals one of Slater's lines from Heather's.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one, but it was like,
If they
there's
if
that.
they can't take a joke, F them. Was that what it was? Yeah.
Something along those
Yeah.
lines. So I wanted to find one from way back in the day. So I actually found one from 1998
Ooh.
from Dante.
Okay.
Who called it phenomenally bad. 1 star out of 10.
I see what he did there.
I see what he did there too. Uh-huh. Back in 98, he was a little clever, a little ahead of everyone else, aren't you, Dante?
Ooh. He's not quite sass action though.
No, not quite. Not quite. I should have seen if he had a review for this. I imagine that Travolta really stole 3 nuclear bombs and used one to blow some enormous hole in the plot. This is possibly the most ludicrous, badly written, unbelievable, and totally predictable piece of crap that is currently masquerading as a movie. As soon as you hear you're going on a test run with 2 live nuclear weapons, you can turn it off. It usually irks me when people can't suspend their disbelief for a movie, but there are limits. Of course, they never explain why the pilots are going on a routine test flight with 2 nukes, as that would require some script writing ability. And it is clear that that was more conspicuously missing than the 2 nukes were. Man, I was really fixated on the nukes and why they were doing a test run with them.
They explain why they did the test run with the nukes.
I thought they
Yeah,
did.
they literally explain why they're giving them live nukes to run with.
Back in 1998, someone pulled out their flip phone and was on their internet looking up ringtones to buy instead of watching the plot.
Was that on poopshoot.com? Is that where you found that?
Moviepoopshoot.com.
Moviepoopshoot.com.
That guy was playing Snake on his Nokia, not paying attention to the
Man,
movie.
that's it. All right. Well, those are good trash opinions. We'll take it.
Yeah, they were bad. That one was harder to find than I thought it was going to be.
That's usually a good thing for me. So bravo. Pat on my back for picking Broken Arrow this week. So, all right, everybody. Well, thanks for checking out this episode of Broken Arrow. We got Nate to finally rate a Travolta movie a bit higher.
I didn't bash on him as
You
much
really
as I did
didn't.
from Paris.
Guys, let's don't.
I was trying to approach this one differently. Thankfully, set pieces saved the day.
Set pieces and choreography, and how the effects. Bravo to the effects team on this one for sure. So, all right, and as everybody heard the little teaser in the commercial, you now kind of know the next action movie we're going to jump into. I'm really looking forward to that one. I think it's going to be fun.
Very excited for that one.
And a first for an action hero. He hasn't been on the show yet, so it'll be our first ones of his. So look forward to that. Depending on when this comes out, you should have heard at least one interview, and we have another one coming up. So we will have announcements on all of our social medias. Speaking of which, you should be following us over at Give Me Back My Action Movies and Give Me Back My Horror Movies on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all those places. And as I've stated twice in the show already, but it tickles Nate when I do, is send us an email over at gmbmampod@gmail.com. And I made a promise that I wasn't going to read it on the one he was on, but now I have to read it on the one he's not. We promised to always read the emails. Pete, our other co-host over at the Give Me Back My Horror Movies channel, has been so far the only one that emails us anymore. And we did receive an email in regards to our request from our space journey. And he says, I really liked the space theme last month. I think Leprechaun in Space should be an annual event.
No,
Nate has already Nate put the kibosh on that immediately.
It's probably gonna be the last time I ever watched Leprechaun 4 in space.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I can't tell you when I'll probably ever watch it either, unless I do a marathon of them.
It's not going to become a yearly thing.
No.
And the fact that our other host is the only one that emails us.
Yeah, which is why I'm like, I'm not gonna read him when he's on there now. So
we have listeners in South Carolina. They don't email us. I'd like to know who you are, how you found out about us.
And Maryland.
To shoot us an email.
Yeah, we want Maryland listeners.
See you.
Send us an email. So yeah, and as all
spread the word. Rate us on Spotify. Rate us on Apple Podcasts.
Yes, please do. We haven't pushed that for a little bit. We need some ratings and some reviews to really know how you feel. If it's mean, I don't write it. Okay, I got tender feelings. I don't like that stuff.
Email it to us.
You can email it to me. Just don't put it out there.
Make it real personal.
You can direct it right at me in the email. That's fine. Or Nate or Pete. He's on the other show, so you can email Pete our email address,
and then we'll read that one.
I'll read it multiple times. I don't care. But and as always, please go check out all the other shows on the Give Me Back My Podcast Network. Good Beer, Bad Movie Night, Monster Movie Stomp Down, Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling, I Know You Hear Me with Flynn Hendricks, and Tales from the Haunt with Flynn Hendricks and Just Jeff. Nate, I think that does it, man.
Whew, I think we covered everything.
Our marathon
really no
recording
themes coming up in July or August, so
no, but I think we have some amazing movies coming up. I think everyone's going to enjoy them. I really do.
We've got some really cool stuff that's going to be coming down the pipeline. RobCon's coming up in September, and I think we're all going to be there.
I don't think Pete's going to make it. Pete's going to be out of town, but Nate will be with me. Jimmy from Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling, Wolfie D from the Wolfie Live and in Color with Wolfie D podcast, and Sludge from Monster Movie Stomp Down will be there. So we'll have the majority of the network represented at the show. We'll push some good beer bad movie stuff for Pete just to be nice.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So the keep an ear out for all those as we get closer. We'll announce them, and there we go.
Thank you so much, everyone. Do you want to give us the good word, Charlie?
Ain't it cool? Okay, Mr. John Travolta hater. You're like, I don't know how many more John Travolta movies we can cover. I mean, we obviously have to cover Face Off, right?
Well, yeah, we got Face Off, and then after that, like Pulp Fiction is an action.
We can do Pulp Fiction.
We could do Carrie. That's horror.
Swordfish. I really like Swordfish with Hugh Jackman.
It's been a long time since I've seen
Then
it.
I'm gonna.
I do remember
Yep, you're
enjoying
gonna have
it.
to watch that one. So we're gonna do. What about The Punisher with
alright.
Thomas Jane?
I actually like.
I
that
do
one.
like that one. I think
he's a turd in that movie, but I do
well,
like that
again,
one.
he's a bad guy. We can do this.
Well, no. I mean, just Travolta himself is a giant walking turd in that movie.
He's not a turd, man.
Oh no, you could even see the piece of corn.
There's no corn in John Travolta. Would you please just quit being mean to John Travolta, man? Just that's enough.
Never.
That's enough. Stop it.